long time ago, at the foot of the mighty Esjan mountains, a farmer and his wife eked out a modest living in their small homestead. The Esjan range is known for its towering peaks and mist-laden trails. Chilling winds sweep down from the heights carrying the mountain's hidden secrets. The farmer's wife was a diligent woman, skilled with her hands and worked quickly. Yet as the long winter approached, her workload seemed to double. The spinning, mending and cleaning felt endless, and no matter how hard she worked, there was always more to be done. She grew pale from exhaustion, her hands red and raw from her spinning. One bitterly cold evening, as she sat alone by the hearth with her spinning wheel, her head began to nod and her vision blurred. She was about to give in to sleep when a loud, insistent knock echoed through the little house. Her heart jumped, for it was rare to have visitors, especially at this hour. She opened the door cautiously, and there stood a large, hunched figure clad in a patched cloak. The figure was a troll woman with grey hair that tangled wildly about her head, sharp teeth that gleamed in the firelight, and eyes that were as black as coal. The woman felt a shiver crawl down her spine, for it was well known that the Esjan range was home to trolls who were clever and hungry for trickery. "Good evening, dear farmer's wife," said the troll in a smooth, eerie voice. "I know of your troubles. I hear of your endless work. Would you care for a bit of help?" The farmer's wife hesitated, yet her tired body and weary heart yearned for relief. "What would you ask in return?" she ventured, though dread curled in her belly as she spoke. Gilitrutt's lips curled into a crooked grin. "I will complete all your work for 3 nights. The spinning, the cleaning, the washing, everything will be done by morning's light. In return," she continued, her voice dropping to a whisper, "if you cannot guess my name by the 3rd night, I will come to take your firstborn child." The woman's heart faltered. She had no children yet, but she and her husband hoped to one day. Still, the exhaustion pressed upon her, and the warmth of Gilitrutt's promise offered her relief. After a long moment, she agreed. Gilitrutt wasted no time. She hobbled into the house and began to work. Her gnarled fingers moved faster than the farmer's wife could believe, the wheel spinning in a blur, the loom clacking rhythmically as if enchanted. By the time dawn's first light broke over the peaks of Esjan, every corner of the house was spotless, the wool was spun, and the chores were completed. Yet the woman found herself consumed by fear, for she still had no inkling of the troll's name. The 2nd night came, and again Gilitrutt arrived just after dusk, her smile even wider, her eyes sharper. The troll worked tirelessly until every thread was spun, every garment mended, every floor scrubbed. But the woman was no closer to solving the riddle, and as Gilitrutt vanished into the darkness, her heart grew heavy with worry. That evening, her husband, who had been away tending to the sheep high in the Esjan foothills, noticed her distress. After she explained the bargain she had made, he resolved to help. "I will go out at dawn and explore the hillsides," he said. "If Gilitrutt is of these mountains, she may reveal herself where she feels at home." On the 3rd and final night, Gilitrutt arrived at the farmhouse, her presence as cold and inevitable as the coming winter. Once again, she worked with relentless speed, and the woman could only watch as the troll completed every last task. Her heart thudded with fear, for the hour of reckoning was near. Her husband climbed up into the snowy mountains, the stars shining bright overhead. As he reached an ancient lava field, he heard a strange, echoing voice. He crouched behind a boulder and listened closely. In the moonlight, he saw a figure dancing alone on a rocky ledge, spinning around and laughing, her voice ringing out like an eerie lullaby across the dark peaks. "Ha ha! Spin, spin, work till I'm done. No child for her, not a single one. If she guesses not by night's end, the babe is mine, her life I'll bend. For who knows that my name is Gilitrutt?" As soon as he heard her name, he turned and ran down the mountain, repeating the name, remembering every syllable. As dawn broke, Gilitrutt returned to the farmhouse, her dark eyes gleaming with triumph. She folded her arms and waited. "Well, farmer's wife," she said, her voice smooth and mocking, "have you guessed my name?" The farmer's wife took a deep breath, drawing herself up. She could feel her husband's presence behind her, and his nod gave her courage. "Your name is Gilitrutt," she said, her voice steady. The troll's face twisted in fury, her eyes widening as her secret was exposed. Gilitrutt erupted in rage, her screams echoing wildly as smoke billowed ominously from her shoulders. She paused, understanding her fate. Suddenly Gilitrutt burst into flames and vanished. From that day on, the farmer and his wife were safe from trolls. They were thankful for being together and for their children, who would grow up safe in the shadow of Esjan. The tale of Gilitrutt was told throughout the valleys and mountainsides, a warning and a lesson to all be wary of bargains struck with strangers, especially those who come from the dark places of the world. Please like and subscribe to be notified of more eerie fairy tales.